Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the icon list block in Kadence. This is a series of videos taking a look at Kadence blocks. So to get started, let's open up a brand new blank page to look at this block on its own. There's a couple ways to do that. The first one is if you're on your front end, you'll have this top toolbar, hover over New, and click on Page. Alternatively, if you're on your dashboard, head over to your left-hand sidebar, hover down to Pages, and click on Add New Page. This will take us to WordPress Customizer, Block Editor. Alright, once we're here, just a few housekeeping items. If this right-hand sidebar isn't here, there's a button beside Publish called Settings. Just click on that. This is where all of our settings and parameters to toggle and configure will appear. Next, let's go ahead and give our page a title. Just to keep things organized for later on. And last but not least, let's go ahead and add the block itself. So there's this blue button with the plus icon called the block inserter. Click on that. We can either scroll down for our block or just search for it. But since Kadence blocks is top of list over here, we don't have to go too far. Icon list, either click on this or drag and drop it into our workspace. Okay, there we go. Let's close it up just to give ourselves some more room to work with. So if you click on this, it is a list item. Okay, we can click on this one to move it up one bit on the hierarchy, and we get our options for icon list. So we can change how many columns we have. So for this example, let's go with 2 columns. And if you see this button over here, let's add another list item. Okay, we can go to parent block settings and add a few more. And you'll see it'll automatically adjust. Okay, so we have 6 here. Right, let's go to parent block settings. We can change it to 3 columns. Okay, keep it on 2, and then we can change the column gap. As you can see, we can also change the vertical spacing and the horizontal icon and label spacing. Let's populate these with a bunch of different information. Okay, as you can see, we've just clicked on here and we've populated our list items. And now we can take a look at the horizontal icon and label spacing. And we can also change the icon alignment if they're a bit too high. We'll keep them middle here. And then next we have style. So if we click on icon styling, we can change how all of them look like by default. And we have 2 different options, line icons and solid icons. Let's just scroll down and look for a generic icon we can use. How about this one, the command one? All right. We can also change the icon size. These should be kind of big, actually. Or if we changed it. Okay, that's not doing anything right now, and we should be able to change it depending on desktop, tablet, and mobile. We can also change the line width, right? Make it thicker. We can change the icon style to be default or stacked, and we can also change the icon color here, and it doesn't seem to be doing anything. Let's see if it takes on. And okay, there we go. It's just not previewing. So we can make this a bit smaller. Probably 85 pixels should be fine. Let's preview it in the new tab. And those are pretty big. And this is just an ordinary thing that happens usually with the block editor, that it doesn't usually preview. And then we can also have them with a background and a border color, right? And we can change how it looks like with that, and you'll see that the icons will now have a border radius around them. So let's lessen the padding a bit and change the color to this. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at that. Okay, that's still a bit too big, so let's decrease the icon size to probably 20 pixels. Oops. 20 pixels. Take a look at it again. And that should be all right. Okay. Next, we have our text styling. So we can change our font color. So by default, it's just black. But if you wanted to, you can have it any color you want. Oops. Unfortunately, it just isn't previewing. We can also change the font size. We can make it XL, L, 3XL, 2XL. I'll go with 2XL. We can change the font, right? Any of these fonts, font weight, we can make it bold if we wanted to. We can change the letter spacing as well, but I'll keep it on defaults. And then link styling, if they are links, we can change the colors for those links. Okay, and then under advanced, we have padding, margin, and then we can save this as our default if we wanted to keep this like contact list and then just like insert them in different parts of our page. We can do that every time we click on this block and additional CSS classes. Now let's go ahead and take a look at actually using these icons as a list. So earlier you saw add another list item, and we can click on these and we can move these left, right, up, and down. Okay, you can see that it follows the Z pattern. We can indent it a bit more individually relative to the others. We can add a tooltip and take a look at this list item. We can hide the icon from it completely, or we can select an icon for this. So phone, there's an old-timey one. Okay, that's fine. And we have Monday to Friday, so have a calendar on there. And then just for these, and for this one probably. Okay, that's fine. And then for each individual one as well, we can change the icon size, right? Independent of these other ones, as you can see. And later we'll take a look at it. And then we can take, we can change the colors, right? And then we can give it our own highlight if we wanted to, okay? And then the border color will be black, and then we'll give it a border, and then make it round, and then add some padding to it. Okay. Oh, okay. There we go. And then we have our advanced highlight settings over here. Enable a text gradient. We can also add a border to it. Unfortunately, it doesn't appear. 5 pixels. And we also have a background gradient as well, which we can add to this, but it doesn't seem to be appearing. So we'll skip over those. And we have our advanced settings, which is just additional CSS classes. So let's go ahead and publish this and take a look at it on our live site and see how icon lists actually look like. Okay, with that saved, let's click on View Page. And this is how our icon list looks like on our live site. So you'll probably have to go back and forth if you wanted to take a look with the preview, if you wanted to take a look at how it comes up with your font that you've selected and your general icons here. But as you've seen, we can edit each icon individually, independent of the others, and it manages to preview anyway. So there's the icon list block in Kadence. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, as it really helps us out with the YouTube algorithm. Show this kind of video to other nerds like us. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.